and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show, sponsored by Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa and Dunstan Hall Garden Centre. No, Dunstan.
Nearly.
Dunstan Garden Centre and Bistro, and there is a beautiful hall there as well.
Thank you if you've come back and listened again. If you're new here, then welcome. You are welcome. I was going to say you're in a safe space, but that's a bit odd, isn't it?
Well, they are in a safe space.
Yeah, I guess.
Come into our bosoms.
Come and rest on my breast.
Come a little closer.
There used to be a guy on a train I used to go to school with. He used to be like, rest on my breast.
He used to say it to you?
Yeah. A bit odd. Can't remember his name, but I was just think, you're quite skinny.
Don't you?
He hasn't got a breast. No, because he was like, rest on my breast. I was like, you don't have breasts. Like, why would I do that?
Don't you think that, like, thinking back to when you were younger, there were a lot of weird people around? Don't you think that there used to be more weird people around when we were younger? Just a bit odd.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Didn't you
teachers?
Teachers.
Yeah, I mean, literally, because I'm dealing a lot with school at the moment. I look back and there's obviously like a pastoral care. Pastoral is a word.
I like that word.
Much like furloughed, that I've never really heard. Like, did you have a pastoral team at school?
No, did we, heck?
I mean, did we? And then I'm like, oh God, did we? And I was so unaware of shit at school.
Not in our day, mate. We
pastoral care.
So what does it mean exactly?
I don't know. Well, it's just care. I don't know what pastoral.
They just look after you. I quite like the word though.
I mean, literally looking on my daughter's school's website, because I've been looking at all the bullying policies and all of that. Christ on a bike, safeguarding manager, deputy safeguarding teacher, deputy safeguarding. I mean, there are so many of them.
But mate, why aren't they doing their job then?
Well, when I was...
That's what it calls for. Why are they... There's so many of them. Why aren't they doing their job?
I dropped her off this morning. Yeah,
Good.
Took her into school and
right?
handed her over. I don't know. I kept asking, but you can't keep asking. Like, are you all right? Are you all right? How are you feeling? I mean, I was a bit like, oh God. But I'm going to talk about this on another podcast, but she puts on a very brave face, does Rosie. Yeah, she's very brave.
Oh, bless
her. I was trying to look out for the kids when I was driving this morning.
Do you know what
in my
I thought?
Orange hat.
I'd love to come and sit with you one morning and just watch these kids.
Yeah.
Trouble is though, with me, I'd jump out and I'd be,
I've had many daydreams of what I would do, I have to say. Thank you as well, because I did have a couple of messages yesterday from people. 2 people sent me the same tweet. They were like, it's on Twitter and I saw this, it reminded me of you. So they sent it me and it's very funny. It's a bit violent. I won't read it out, but thank you.
A bit violent?
Yeah, I'll show it you. It's just what a mum did to another mum.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That would be me. Because obviously, after talking to you about what's going on with Rosie at the moment, I started to think about when Lil was a bit old and if it happens to her. Mate, I'd be knocking out kids left, right. Said it. You have to hold me back.
Well, I did. Do you remember that time where I hid in a bush with my car? Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
Guys, this was the funniest thing. So your Rosie has a route home, doesn't she? And you hid behind a bush on this route home.
Yeah.
And waited for them. Do you remember you on the phone to me going, I'm here, I'm in the bush.
Yeah, I had Grace with me. Yeah. I think Grace is probably going to be the one that... it's a bit odd if you're a mum waiting out to school. They're like, let your mum's there. And like, if I have a go at a kid, but I could send her older sister for sure.
Oh, I think you should.
Sure.
I think send Grace and Grace's boyfriend.
Yes.
They're quite cool, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, today I feel a bit odd because I'm a little bit on tenterhooks because... I'm like, oh God, I hope she has a good day, but I have a feeling today's like, I just worry
You're checking
about
your phone, aren't you, the whole time?
I worry about what she thinks. Like, I'd love to go for her. I did say that to her. I was like, if I could go to school for you, I'd be in there today, throwing chairs. I'd kick off, but she hasn't got it in her. So I keep saying to her, stick up for yourself, but she hasn't got it in her, so it's really difficult.
Do you know what, though? And this is the good thing. She's got you in her corner.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, like you say, Rue's not really like that, is she? She's not going to go and start kicking off at people, but she's got you.
Well, not only she's got me, she's got her auntie, her stepdad, her sister, you, but it's... Well, I don't want to go too much about it, but when I was talking to my mum, I kind of have to fill people in about what's happening. Yesterday, I talked about Rosie all day to lots of different people. And my mum at the end, I was talking to her, Trent, listen, I'm just going to go and have a little cry now. And I was like, oh, mum, no. And I thought, they don't realise how much of an effect this has, not only on like the kid, but like the family. It's heartbreaking.
It is. It absolutely is. So, I hope she has a good day today.
Listen, she's got her phone on her. So I was like, at any point, if you can't find a teacher or whatever, whip out your phone and text me.
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
be there.
Screeching around.
Yeah. Here I am.
I know we weren't really going to talk about this actually, but you just started making me think, talking about school. I just thought we might be able to talk about pervy teachers quickly.
Pervy teachers? I went to an all-girls school, mate.
Oh, no pervy teachers there?
Yeah, all of them were.
I didn't know you went to an all-girls school.
Darling, I went to a grammar school, one of the top 5%. How I got into that school? Well, it was because my head teacher at my primary school loved me. I passed my 12 plus. Yeah, I went to this school. I think even my mum was like, Jesus Christ, because my sister was there, obvs. But I got in as well. Yeah, it's quite. It's a posh.
Did you not miss having boys there,
mate? We had funny enough, I was talking to Rose about this morning. We had a school full of boys next door to us. So we had the best of both worlds, right? In the morning, saw the boys, bye-bye, went to do our lessons, girls together. Do you know what I mean? Lunchtime, saw the boys. So it was good because there was that like separation in education, but then socially,
you could
bring
see
on
them.
Mate, we had a...
I bet you could smell the boys' grammar school from the playground, couldn't you? I smell boy.
Boys. Oh, we used to spy on them. There used to be a boy called Ben Young. Oh, God. And we used to spy on him from the science blocks. Ben Young is in Relight My Fire. Take that. Have I not told you this before?
No.
What? So Ben Young, who was sixth former. We were like in the third year. So that would be year 8. And when we had chemistry, we used to watch him walk into school. We'd be like, oh, there's Ben Young.
Fit.
Oh, he was gorgeous. Yeah.
Will you show me the video? Later.
Yeah, well, what we used to do is he's dancing in the Relight My Fire video. So me and my friends
get covered in cake or something in that video.
Is that one? Is it that one?
Or is that
Might be a different one?
Yeah.
But anyway, so when me and my friends used to have like girly sleepovers, we used to watch Relight My Fire in slow motion and pause it whenever Ben Young came on. We used to, it was like 5 minutes and 28 seconds or something he'd come on. Anyway, fast forward like, I don't know how many years, 7 years. I was out in a pub with my mate, Faye. In walks Ben Young and his friend Simon. Snogged them both.
Did he still look fit?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't snog them both, sorry. I snogged one of them. She
snogged the other.
Yeah.
I wonder what Benny Young is up to these days.
I don't know.
Why don't you stalk him on Facebook?
Did you have pervy teachers?
Yeah.
You didn't go to a all-girls school?
Oh, no, I was in there with the boys, mate.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I did. I'm not going to name who the teacher was or say what he did or anything, but yes, I had a pervy one who, when I was in the last year, so what's that, year 11?
12.
Year 12? Year
13.
Year 12.
Sixth form?
No, school.
Oh,
this
11,
was school,
sorry.
Year 11. I had a mobile phone and he gave me a line and he took my number. Yeah. And he used to ring me. I was like, yeah. This was a much older teacher. Like he wasn't, not that it makes any better, a young one. He was a much older one. And he used to ring me. Yeah. Yeah. How weird's that? Also, he used to keep me behind sometimes. So I'm not even joking. So he'd just be like, so the lesson that we were in with him, it would end. And I remember my friends all cottoned onto it and they used to like push me back because obviously it's quite funny at that age, isn't it? They'd be like, and they wouldn't let me get out of the classroom because then he'd go, Becky, could you just come here for 2 seconds, please? And he used to do it all the time.
But what did he do when you were there?
He'd then just talk to me about the lesson or some work or blah, 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 or he'd find something to talk to me about. But it was the most awkward thing.
Oh my God, that is really bad.
Yeah.
Remember my teacher that had the hand puppet, the hedgehog,
Yes.
Mr. Dwyer? He rang me once at home.
Did he?
Yeah, and I hung up.
What did Mr. Dwyer want?
I don't know. He just went, it's like, oh, well. I was like, ugh, and just hung up. Yeah.
I wonder what he wanted.
Well, probably to do something with his hand puppet, I would have thought.
I think there's a lot of pervy teachers out there. But I feel
I don't know anymore. I think there were.
Oh, right. I think back in our day, they were 2 a penny. Like literally.
Did you ever have a fit teacher?
Yeah, the PE teachers were
always the
quite fit.
PE teachers. We just had a couple of women as our Mrs.
really?
Furno, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were all right, actually, the PE teachers. But yeah, that's my pervy teacher story.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nowadays.
No, you wouldn't get
I
away
was
with
going to
it.
say something, but I'm not. I'm going to shut
No,
up.
just, yeah,
I'm not going to say it. Okay, so Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa. Becky and I are in there tomorrow. We're picking our treatments. We were picking our treatments yesterday, weren't we? I'm going for a facial. You can't have a facial.
No, I can't. So I'm going to, I think I think it was called the Luminous Body Scrub or something. And it's meant to make your skin look amazing. So I might have that. But we are having...
We're in the same room.
We're having a treatment at the same time.
Listen.
So essentially we're in a couple's room. The beds are next to each other. We probably put on those funny little pants, don't we? And the robes. You know, if you have a massage, you have to put those funny little pants on, like disposable pants.
Do. Okay.
Mate, we're going to be howling.
I know.
in there
The thing is,
tomorrow.
though, I'm not going to relax. I'm going to be like, or if it goes quiet, I'm going to be like, is she?
I'm
going to
want to laugh. Well, I was saying yesterday, if you start making noises like, oh yeah, that's
totally
the
gonna-
spot. That's the spot. I'm going to be like
Do it again.
dying. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Harder.
I mean, as if we couldn't get more of a couple. We're going to have a couples treatment.
This is so
and I
us.
love it. If you want to have a look at Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa, it's absolutely beautiful. They've got lots of stuff going on over Christmas as well. It's ringwoodhallhotel.com. I was going to say mate, then it's not a mate. What's going on in the world? I'm a celeb.
So I watched it last night and you did, and obviously Matt Hancock has now entered the jungle with Sean Walsh. Now, we were talking about this earlier, and there seems to be a lot of people who understandably are not happy about Hancock in the jungle. They're kind of thinking this guy who had such a massive effect on so many people through COVID and lockdown for various different reasons. Why is he now entertainment? Why are we now watching him?
I mean, that's a good question, but it is entertainment.
Oh my God, mate.
Also, is it just me that I want to call him Hancock? What?
Hancock?
Why do I want to call him Matt Hancock?
I have no
I
idea.
have to proper concentrate on saying Hancock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really odd. Anyway, I mean, look, oh God, my eyes were bleeding with excitement to watch him go in that jungle. I'm not going to lie.
Mate, I was rewinding bits and watching it again. It was that funny. So do you remember when Paul Burrell was in the jungle?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was fascinated because obviously he was Princess Diana's butler. It's sort of like almost like, he's not a royal, but you know what I mean? He's in that kind of world.
Yeah.
So you're quite fascinated to watch him. But also the noises he was making. And he was a bit of a buffoon, wasn't he?
Yes.
And so funny to watch. Matt Hancock kind of reminds me of him. Did you see when he was first entering the jungle, going across the bridge? I think
Well, he was just walking really, it's like his head's too heavy. And I was like, he can't even walk properly.
How this guy was basically running the country at one point is beyond me. Like, he is the definition of a buffoon.
He is, yeah. I thought Sean Walsh came across quite funny. He just kept laughing. He just could not believe it, could he? But it was very interesting when he went into the main camp. Everyone was a bit like, ooh, no.
He didn't get the best reaction, did he? People were very, I think, annoyed that he was in there. But when Matt and Sean did that task, they're quite funny together. They're quite like a little double act, aren't they? Do you know what I was thinking? It made me think if you and I went in, and if we were in those little tunnels they went in, and we'd be a bit like them. We'd be like, oh, what's that? Is that your hand? Oh, get off me. Oh, ah. We'd be like them.
Mate, you wouldn't even slide down that hole. I'd be in. You'd be like, you're right, Laura. I'll wait here. That's what you'd be like.
I didn't like the way they had to go head first. I mean, Matt Hancock, to be fair, straight in. Like a rat down a drain pipe he was. Straight in, no messing. I was like, oof.
I tell you what though, Boy George is going to explode soon.
I don't know what I think of him in there. He's a bit... I don't like all this...
He does that tapping thing as well, doesn't he?
I feel like he's doing it on purpose for the camera.
Yeah, I think... I don't think he's going to last at all. I think he will
Matt?
leave. No, Boy George.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to stick this out at all.
We still don't know why Olivia Attwood has left the jungle, do we?
No, although I did read something about she'd breached a COVID bubble, because I think they do have to still do that, I think. And something happened, or I'm not sure. But it's such a shame she's not in there, because she would have gone hard at Matt Hancock, I reckon.
I know, I'm missing her in it, actually.
Yeah.
But listen, I know it's quite controversial, but I am enjoying watching Matt
I'm going to enjoy
Hancock in
see
there.
what I think I want some arguments.
And
I want
me.
someone to challenge him.
Bring
and
on the drama.
See what happens. So Dunstan Hall Garden Centre, we've got a giveaway at the moment with them. You could win a real Christmas tree. It's a 5 to 6 foot Nordman pine low needle drop Christmas tree.
Nice.
Lots of people are entering, actually.
Yeah, this is going wild. Like on my notifications on my Instagram, it's constantly going like ding, 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 ding. And it's people like wanting to win this Christmas tree. But this is quite a nice giveaway, isn't it? Winning yourself a free real Christmas tree.
We're like Mrs. and Mrs. Christmas, aren't we?
Yes.
Give away a Christmas tree. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a real Christmas tree, all you need to do is find us on Insta. It's at Becky Hayes UK, at Laura Summers Lifestyle, or have a look at Dunstan Gardens.
Dunstan
Garden Centre's Instagram.
Now, we kind of thought we didn't have a mate today. We sat here before the podcast. We're like, oh, have we got a mate? But actually, I think we have got a mate.
Do we? Have I forgotten it already?
We didn't plan this, but yesterday, the heck was that?
Oh, it's a door. It's just a door closing.
I'm
Jesus
awfully
Christ.
jumpy. This is why I couldn't go into the I'm a Celebrity jungle. Can you imagine?
What the hell was that? Oh, it's a door closing. Jesus.
Do you remember Natalie Appleton and they were scared of trees? She couldn't even touch
I loved
trees.
her in that. I thought she was brilliant in that.
That'd be me, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I remember her being in like a small water container, and they had a drain pipe going into it, and they were going to shove like animals down it, and they're like, right, Natalie, we're just going to do a quick test, and they just plopped a little goldfish in, and she was like, ah! And that would be me. I'd be like, get me out. It's so funny.
I love watching people
I
scared.
hate fish. I hate.
Oh, do you? I don't mind them.
God, I think they're awful creatures.
Oh, there's something about watching people terrified. I think I get off on it.
Do you?
I think I do. Yeah, I'm jumpy myself, but I love watching other people scared. Yeah, I'm a bit weird like that.
There's a name for that.
I think there is.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our mate for today, yesterday, we were having a meeting, weren't we?
I mean, it was quite a long meeting. It went on for a
It
while.
was. What tends to happen in Laura and I's meetings is we do actually do some work stuff, but there's often a lot of personal stuff going on that we have to talk about first.
Yeah.
So we get the important stuff out of the way,
Yeah.
and then we come on to work, and we'll go through our listing. Oh, can we ask to do that? So,
Do it tomorrow.
Nah, we'll just do that one. We'll do that one tomorrow. So yesterday, as we were in our meeting having a couple of coffees at the Casa Hotel, there was an incident unfolding as we were having a meeting.
Bloody policemen all over the place. And then they like took this guy out in cuffs, didn't they?
Yes, they came into reception.
Was he cuffed? He was, wasn't he?
Or
was he not?
I don't know. But he was definitely restrained.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened was they took him outside, and Laura and I were sat in sort of like the bar area, and I wanted to see what was going on.
I mean, you had your face pressed up against that window. You're like, oh, they've just given him something. And it was a cigarette.
Yeah, it was really weird. So, literally, my nose was squished up against the window.
It was.
I've got no shame. And I was going, Laura, I was relaying back to you what was happening, wasn't I? And they got him into the police car. The policeman then lit a cigarette for this
young gentleman.
This gentleman.
This criminal.
I was going to call him a criminal, but then I didn't know.
He probably is.
It probably is criminal. So he lit a cigarette for him. Then he opened the back door. The crim then, as they call them, looked into the back of the car. And then came back out again with his cigarette still. And then they stood there for a bit with a cigarette. And then
They took him off, didn't they?
They took him off.
I don't know. I mean, there could be so many backstories to this. I mean, well, what was he doing in his room? Was he doing naughty things?
Yeah, well, we think he was staying at the hotel.
It could have been you, prostitute.
Can we stop calling me a prostitute, please? I got a message yesterday. If you haven't listened to yesterday's podcast, you need to, because you'll know what we're talking about. I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Where is it? It's from Josh. No one is convinced from this episode that you're now not a cool girl. So thank you, Laura, for that. Hopefully my family and my mother doesn't listen to that podcast.
God. Well, it might have been that. You know, never know. Might have been. Didn't see a lady come out there, did we?
Just him. And also it was quite nice of the policeman to obviously give him a cigarette. So they weren't, you know.
Why are they doing that though?
Dunno.
They do that a lot, I feel. When we watch what is it? Not cops,
Crime Interceptors.
Something like Police Interceptors, that's it. Which we watch a lot because my daughter loves watching it. They always tend to be like, I just want a cigarette. They're like, all right. I'm
Maybe
like,
to calm
it's
them down,
not
is it?
healthy. Oh, I don't know.
Don't know.
But anyway, we didn't find out what happened. It
No,
was
I mean,
exciting.
if the police of North Derbyshire want to get in touch and let us know what he went down for, that'd be
We could
great.
probably find out.
Google it.
Well, or we'll just use our powers of who we know. You know, do you know any
Who
policemen?
do we know?
Well,
I do know a few actually.
well, there we go. Do you?
Yeah, leave it with me.
Okay.
What? Yes, I do.
Do I know them?
Yes.
Do I? Oh, mate, of course. Bloody hell. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out what's happened. Right, that's it from us. We need to go. Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Oh, God.
Oh, what?
Oh, no, this is really boring. My bank card's been declined because I've lost me one and got a new one. So I'm going to have to have a day later of changing all my bank details over.
Okay, well, there we go. There's Becky's day. We're going to go and call a policeman, sort your bank cards out, and we'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day.